Hey, how's it going everyone? Justin again as always. Thanks for watching my channel. Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about extensions. There are different variety of extensions that are out there in the automotive and tool world. What should you be looking for? How are they going to either help you or hinder you, and what their purposes are. There are various different types of extensions that you're going to want depending on a situation that you may or may not run into while working in the automotive or mechanic field. Let's talk about one of the first ones that I have up here. It's known as a Wobble Extension. You guys know I just picked this up from AutoZone. It's a Duralast brand, but you'll notice that Matco, Snap-on, etc. make the same exact kind of deal. How this works is you put the socket on the end. If you push it all the way through, it acts as a straight socket, though from time to time it may loosen up on you just a tad, making it a wobble. So it gives you just a little bit extra of an angle to get into some otherwise awkward spots. And maybe having a universal joint is going to be too much length, so this kind of extension might help you if you just need a little bit of angle, but you need that exact same length that you actually have on the setup here. So that is a use and benefit of the Wobble Extension. There are other times, however, that you're going to want a straight extension that's not going to wobble whatsoever on you. And in that case, I have this, what is this? TrueCraft extension that I've had since like 2003. It's one of the first extensions that I had out of a cheap tool kit, and I've just kind of held on to it because I like the heavy knurl. But there are going to be times that you want just an extension that's perfectly straight, that doesn't wobble on you at all, to make it easy for you to break something loose or hit it with the gun if necessary. Now I know this is not an impact extension. We're getting ready to talk about the impact extension now. So I got here is a Mac impact extension. You'll notice it's made out of a different metal and it's black in color. Now this is a pin style, and how that works is basically you push this little pin down and that locks it into the socket. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Unfortunately, this style will not work on your run-of-the-mill chrome sockets. If you do try to use it, you'll push it on like so, and you'll see that it doesn't really quite lock in place. So all of a sudden you went down to a non-locking extension versus a locking extension. So it doesn't really lock in, but you still can use it as a straight extension. It's just not, I don't know, it's not really plausible for me. I'd rather just have a regular extension if that be the case. But you can use it as that if you want to. What it was meant for was impact sockets that actually have the little hole there that's set up so that way when you do depress the pin, it locks the socket in place, and when you hit it with the gun, the socket doesn't go flying off of the extension. That was the purpose behind it, as well as making it an impact rated extension so you can hit it with the gun without fear of it shattering or breaking. So that's also a plus. Now, even though these are impact sockets, you can use them on a non-impact extension. The only difference is you'll see here with this is it does work on the Wobble Extension, but doesn't fully seat down all the way because there's not enough range of depth in the socket. So you do have a flimsy fit, but it will hold and you still can get the angle and everything is good. Now if you use it on a regular extension like so, it does lock into place and you can see that it fits rather well. But again, if you had a chrome socket, there's more depth and range inside of a chrome socket as far as the 3/8 extension goes. The last extension that we're going to talk about is locking extension chrome. Okay, these are chrome locking extensions, not meant for impact use. These are two different brands. One of them is going to be Cornwell, the other one's going to be Matco. You can see a lot of similar features outside of the knurled grip is the only thing that really separates them, but the way they lock and unlock are pretty much the exact same. The way that this works is basically you put the chrome socket on there and it locks it in place. Now you can also do that with the impact sockets as well, and it does lock it in place as well. So that's also something that you might consider, but again, there's going to be a slight difference in length when it comes to something like this because you can see the extra added pieces they put on there to create the locking feature, so it's going to make it a little bit longer than maybe some of your run-of-the-mill extensions that we have here in front of us. So you might get a little bit more length out of it, and that might be a good thing and it might be a bad thing, but it's something that you can definitely consider. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that piece of content that I created for you. These are some of the extensions that I have and have used in the automotive industry when it comes to mechanic and wrench turning. These are some of the things that I noticed and all the different various uses and situations that I've ran into utilizing these specific extensions, and the way that they can either help you or hinder you depending on the type of socket you're using and the type of location and the position that you need to get yourself into, can all range and change just enough to where you need a different extension. For the longest time, I never understood why mechanics had so many freaking extensions, and then over the years of being a mechanic, I started to learn real quick there are certain situations that you want specific extensions, and then you just end up collecting all different types just so that way you can get into those weird spots. That's all I got for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs down. Share if you want to share. Thanks as always for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Deuces.